Okay, guys, so let's have a grooming chat. Who, like what? Listen, we spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of time trying to be perfect instead of just being. And I was like, one of the ways that I am changing my platform is that I want to start enjoying again what I used to do. Like I used to just I would record videos just to record videos. And if it worked out, it worked out. If it didn't, it didn't. And then I started performing, which became a total failure because I don't even perform. I am not the person you call when you need somebody to act phony and be fake. I just don't even do it. You can look into my eyes and see, oh my God, she did not have fun. And so I was like, what can I do to start really enjoying recording again? Because I don't like not enjoying myself. I'm too old for that. Like, you will get to a place in your life. This is lash remover serum. You will get to a place in your life where you are not interested in performing for anybody. And that's not an age thing. That's really a tolerance thing, right? Like some people think, oh, the older you get, no, you can be a young person and just be like, I'm over this. I choose to not participate in the performative act of adulting. I just don't want to do it. And so I had to have some conversations with myself about expectation and be honest with myself about where I wanted to go with like your social media platform, because you think you want to do this one thing, but what you have to give up in order to get there, I'm not willing to give up. Like, I'm not willing to give up my joy, my peace, my connection with myself and my spirit and my family. I'm not really interested in performing any task that doesn't help me grow, help my family, or help my community. Like, I'm just not interested in that space. And it was starting to show. So I had to stop taking offers and stop pretending I was going to do things just to make money. Like I failed at it. Like I did not. I did not I was not the greatest at pretending. And it's not like I didn't know that. It's just when you're not in a good space, when you're not in a good space, life will show you what you are not interested in doing. And so I'm trying to right now. I want to clean up my eyebrows. I want to take off my eyelashes and either put on new eyelashes and or I want to practice again with these magnetic eyelashes. Y'all, it'd be funny, but not funny all at the same time. And then I want to play around with some lipsticks. I have so many things in this room that I have to decide if I want to donate them to maybe an art studio that uses old makeup in their art, or if I want to keep it and infuse it in my daily life. And I don't know. I don't know. What's your favorite products right now? What's your go-to? What's your go back to? That's for me, that's my problem. Like once I find something that I love, it's so hard for me to go off and be with something else. Like I am faithful to my brands. I am faithful to my makeup. Sometimes to a fault. I'd be like, let me just give it one more chance because maybe it's going to work out this time. It didn't work out the 7-11 other times that you tried to use it, but here you are holding on. You just know this time it's going to work out. What's that brand for you? For me, it continues to be like a love-hate relationship between like Wet and Wild. I know that's old school, but it always used to like be great. And that lipstick that used to in my head, it used to stay, but now I'm like, no, whenever you left, lipstick was every freaking where. It was every freaking where. So it's a run between that and my old school like Noxzema type routine with regards to my face, even though my skin has changed so much over time. So I spend a lot of time like convincing myself that it's okay to change. Like, and some of that is like how I am even in life. You know, it's like if I change, does it mean that that thing didn't mean anything? I'm like, no, baby, it means that it's not working for you. Like, why are you sticking with things that don't serve you anymore? Oh my God, therapy already is so early in the morning. Like that's how I feel. I'd be like, oh, why am I always and then I remember I'm a mental health advocate in that if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, why would I expect anybody else to be doing what they're supposed to be doing? Ugh, it's just this one little hair. It's like either I'm going to get the hair or I'm going to snatch off the whole end of my eyebrow. And I don't want to do that this time. Do you hear me? This time. Because I promise y'all, this is not the first and it won't be the last. But, and this one hair. Oh, it did it. Yay. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. And so I'm always trying to make sure that I'm reevaluating myself in general to make sure I'm not holding on to things that don't serve me anymore. Not things that are hard because sometimes you think you should let go of something because it's not serving you, but really you weren't ever using the tools correctly. Oh, that hurt. And so I pay attention to that because user's error is really big in life and in makeup and building confidence, right? You sometimes don't listen to your spirit, you sometimes don't listen to your intuition. And so you start doing some things that just it don't it don't make you happy. Like at the end of the day, like point blank period. When you're doing something and you find no happiness in it, no joy in it, no contentment in it, no celebration in it, and then you sit around and be like, I don't know why I'm not happy. What you talking about, Willis? That's all I'm saying. Like, who you faking? And that's why when I talk about mental health, when I talk about confidence rebuilding, I try to talk about it and talk to everyone from a point of view of how I would like to be spoken to. Because I need straight talk. I need somebody who's not afraid to have a real conversation. It is annoying to me when somebody be like, so I really want to tell you something, but I can't tell you because if I tell you, I don't know if how you yo, just say that shit. Rip the band-aid off first, the first time. Don't kind of rip it off and then it's a little piece and then you go back and try to rip it again. Now I want to fight you because you could have just done that shit one good time. So I had to like, really work on myself. The lighting. It's always about the lighting. It's so disrespectful sometimes. Um, come on, come on. So let's take these. Don't you hate when you have one little piece of hair just it's me. It's me. It's me. All right. So I got this one eyebrow where I want it for the most part. I was trying not to use a razor because my face feels sensitive right now. And I don't want to irritate it and cause some weird pimple to pop out where it wasn't initially going to pop out. Do not wish to irritate my skin if possible. And that's why I use the tweezers more than anything else, because sometimes my skin is like Fort Knox. It does nothing bothers it. It is like so good. And then other times my skin is like your sibling when you barely touch them and they see mommy coming. Oh my God, can't believe you did that. I'm gonna die. You're like, you're a liar. But now I'm in trouble anyway, so I might as well punch you. So, and I don't want to do that with my skin. I've even waxed my eyebrows. I remember when I used to go get my eyebrows waxed all the time and it would be so irritated. And then I got them threaded before, still irritated. And then I started getting them tweezed and they were less irritated. And I just didn't understand how it could be less irritated from being tweezed when I literally felt them pulling off all my skin. But that's what works well for me. And I feel like that's just my body being hard headed. Okay. It's like always one hair, just one hair away from you going bald or it working out, you know? So, okay. All right. And that's within the line that I like to be in. Oh, about time. 'Cause that was sending me into a space. And it don't take much at this point in my life. Anyway, but do practice, do what you got to do to find happiness. Let's see if these, do y'all see that? Do you see it? How the lashes just came off? That's what you want. You want to be able to just take these lashes. That's what you want. You want to be able to just go in, use the serum, take the lash off. Yes, take the lash off. And the lashes are still whole. Like, now, I used to be a little frugal and I would have tried to wash these off and then reuse them. I hear one of you being judgy. I can hear it through the screen. You're being judgy. And that's a little bit disrespectful. I'm okay with the judgy. I'm okay with the judgy because that was too far. That was a little bit too far, even for me. Okay. So now that the lashes are off, I'm just gonna go back in here. And clean up some of that residue. And make sure that you are really going in with your fingers and feeling around your eyelash line, making sure that you don't feel any product in there, even before you wash your eyelashes, because you make sure your hands are clean, one, but make sure that you are getting as much of the residue from the eyelashes so that you can clean your eye line. You see what I'm saying? Like, I felt some of the lash glue when I took it off. I could feel it in my eye. Now imagine that staying because you didn't clean your eyelash, and then you decide that you were just going to throw on some new eyelashes, and then you have all of that buildup that's like in your eyes. That's what I worry about. So I try to make sure that I'm really cleaning my lash line, and then I'll go wash my lashes really good. And I'll just use any sensitive cleaner that I use around my eyes. Make sure that I get all the makeup off. I'm paying attention to my lashes themselves, like the health of my lashes. Like right now, I have one lash that has inverted itself. And that one lash will try to dig into my eyeball if I put on another set of lashes right away. So I need to like pay attention to that. Then I need to curl my lashes so that my lashes, my actual lashes, will go in the direction that I want them to go in. Because when you're putting on these fake lashes, if your lashes are rogue, like mine, sometimes they do the gang gang sign, sometimes they stay straight. It just depends. If they aren't maintained or maintenance, they won't make your eyelashes look as good as you want them to, because you'll keep seeing distractions between the lashes that you have applied. Also, if you don't take care of your actual eyelashes, you could lose your eyelashes and have nothing to glue in or attach the lashes and lash extensions to. And so I pay attention to all those things, because makeup is fun until it's there, until you have an infection. Makeup is a whole lot of fun until you have an infection. And I don't think so, but I don't think so. Okay, so we have cleaned our eyelashes. I mean, we have removed our eyelashes. We have plucked our eyebrows. I'm using some witch hazel to go over my eyebrows and apologize for the way I have treated them. Okay. See, I'm just growing this little tail out eventually, maybe. Or we'll just keep drawing it on. Who knows? And then I'll go wash my eyebrows. Yeah, I'll go wash my eyebrows and make sure that I have no extra glue or anything on there. And then we'll be all good. Then I'll deal with my hair. Adulting. Adulting. I know this video was all over the place, but really this video was just like, hey, you're not by yourself in this journey. You are not by yourself in this journey. We're just figuring shit out. And sometimes, even as an adult, we will never figure this shit out. But you're gonna stumble along the way. And I'm a true believer in, if you're gonna stumble along the way, you might as well have some people who make you happy while you're doing it, because we deserve it. We deserve it. The knuckles was so crazy. ADHD is so strong in here. Anyway, I'm gonna go wash my lashes. I will talk to you guys in another video. Y'all be good. Bye. Woo!